Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to go over the Battlefield community update that was just released today. This is just a beta debrief or open beta debrief. So we're going to go into it, we're going to read it all, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, the usual, and don't forget to comment in the comment section below regarding your thoughts. And I'll give you my thoughts as I read along. So the post is from Not So Busy P, and it starts out. Thank you to everyone who joined us during the Battlefield 6 open beta weekends. Your passion and feedback have been invaluable. With tens of thousands connecting on Discord to play together, over 600,000 hours streamed, and over 30 million hours watched, your enthusiasm and participation is what made it great. Initial learnings and in-game changes. As we approach the launch of Battlefield 6 on October 10th, we'd like to take a moment to look back at the recent open beta to share our key learnings and in-game changes we're making based on your feedback and in-game data. For weapons, we're making targeted adjustments to deliver a more consistent and rewarding gunplay experience. This includes a general pass on recoil and tap fire characteristics across all weapons. Yeah, tap fire was pretty broken. You could basically switch to turn off semi-automatic or turn on semi-automatic and just tap almost as fast as the automatic fire rate. It was ridiculous. Further emphasizing their unique feel and improving range differentiation. We've also made changes to encourage more controlled tap firing and burst firing, rewarding precision and weapon mastery. Additionally, the M87A1 shotgun now requires more pellets to secure a kill. Thank you very much. I hated getting one-shotted by that thing across the map or close up. Well, not one-shotted, two-shotted across the map, but you know what I mean. We are investigating the time to kill and time to death experiences. Yes, the netcode definitely needs some work, and we will share an update if definitive changes are made in these areas. For movement mechanics have been adjusted to create a more balanced and traditional Battlefield experience. Momentum, especially horizontal speed, carried from a slide into a jump has been reduced. Thank you. No more just quickly getting up and doing whatever you want. It's going to be a little more nuanced than that, so you'll have to strategically slide. Although you might not be able to get away from people as easily based on this, which is somewhat annoying because getting to cover is always a priority, especially when you're getting beamed. There is now a greater penalty for consecutive jumps. Thank you. That's necessary in any game. I don't like bunny hopping, especially in a game like Battlefield. CS, it makes sense. That game's designed around that. Here, not so much. Which lowers jump height when jumps are spammed. Firing while jumping or sliding will result in increased inaccuracy. These changes are designed to make sliding and jumping more situational, so they are no longer ideal options for engaging in gunfights, and will contribute to a gameplay pace that rewards skillful movement without becoming too fast or unpredictable. Thank you very much. Sniping is going to be so much better. I'm looking forward to this change a lot. Parachute physics have also been retuned, with reduced initial acceleration when opening the parachute for more controlled aerial movement. So I guess no more going at like 60 kilometers per hour as you just, head towards a tank, which I remember blowing one up because I got there pretty quick, or stealing a tank from the enemy team. Maps. We observed some players finding a way to reach rooftops and venture out of bounds. This gameplay is not intended for these maps, and the upcoming ladder for the assault class is also not designed to access these areas. We're actively working on adjustments to prevent unintended access and ensure gameplay stays within the intended boundaries. So you're not supposed to get onto the rooftops in Cairo. We also heard feedback, strong feedback, from players excited by the larger scale maps that Battlefield has to offer. While the open beta featured smaller, more fast-paced maps, larger scale maps are already part of our launch package, delivering action-packed gameplay and memorable, unique moments for every player. As part of the upcoming Battlefield Labs testing, we'll be testing 2 new multiplayer maps, one set in Morocco Valley, and the other a remake of the fan favorite from Battlefield 3, Operation Firestorm. These 2 maps include the full complement of vehicles like Liberation Peak, along with with a more vast combat space. So complete complement of vehicles. So that means that I hope there's like 2 tanks aside, 2 AAs aside, maybe hopefully some transport helis. That would be nice. But if they're saying that it's just gonna have like Liberation Peak, that's not necessarily saying that only those vehicles. Hopefully they mean they'll have more. And please, DICE, let me into the labs, please. But anyways, let's continue. For modes, when it comes to Rush, the conversation we observed wasn't just about player count, but also about how the maps play and the tactical experience they offer. Rush is a mode with deep roots, originally known as Gold Rush in Bad Company, where matches typically range from 12v12 to 16v16. Many of you remember this as the golden era of Rush, and it continues to inspire our approach today. We've experimented with larger player counts over the years, such as 64 and even 128 versions. While these matches created intense, fast-paced moments, they also led to issues: overwhelming defenses, stalled front lines, and too many games ending in the first sector. Rush is especially sensitive to higher player counts due to its tactical and strategic requirements. When a player tries to arm the MCOM while more than 20 opponents are defending, the intended gameplay becomes less tangible. Based on feedback throughout recent titles, we're lowering the default player count for Rush to improve the flow of combat and restore the tactical, methodical experience that defines the mode. For those who enjoy large-scale Rush, Portal will allow you to experiment with different player counts at launch. Nice. Okay. In contrast, they don't mention anything about MCOM placement here, which is kind of annoying, I think. They're kind of sidestepping that issue. I don't think the MCOMs should be placed that close together. I think they should be separated by a little more than they are currently. But other than that, I do agree. Like, you don't want 64 players on Rush or 128 on Rush. Then you get situations like Metro, and you're just sitting there with spam and just, stalled. You're just stuck. For those who enjoy large-scale Rush, Portal will allow to experiment. In contrast, Breakthrough is designed to accommodate higher player counts of up to 64 players, and that's where the mode really shines. Using win-loss data from the open beta, we're continuing to make map-by-map balance adjustments towards our goal of 50-50 win ratio for both attackers and defenders. I mean, they already adjusted that in Liberation Peak during the beta, I felt like. Or people figured out that if you don't take out the armor in Liberation Peak, then you lose. That's the only way to lose that. If you let the armor live, you lose. If you kill the armor, then they have no way to assault the last point. Like, you're guaranteed to win. The approach to player counts. There was some confusion around the number of players in different games, so we wanted to take a moment to clarify our current direction for how these get determined. Rather than locking maps and modes to a fixed player count, our philosophy is to adapt to the best fit the intended experience. This may vary by map or evolve over time with player feedback. I like that. I like this approach. I think this is a great approach to have, especially considering that, they need more data on this. Like, there might be maps that just nobody plays or that nobody likes playing, and for those they don't need to adjust anything. But there might be other maps which everyone loves and they play, and they might need to make adjustments to make it more balanced. So that's why this is great. For example, at launch, some Breakthrough layouts will support 48 players, while others will support 64. It's the one of many factors we adjust to create the right balance and feel for each scenario. In Breakthrough, higher player counts work well on open, dynamic maps, while smaller player groups offer a more focused experience on denser maps. Portal gives players the flexibility to try different settings and find what works best for their group and playstyle. I completely agree. I think for maps like Empire, you probably want the 48 versus the 64. Yeah, 64 is too much for that, I think. Finding the right balance is an ongoing process as everyone gets familiar with map size, lanes, and combat spaces. For now, we found that 8v8 provides a solid starting point for small-scale, fast-paced modes like Team Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Domination, and King of the Hill. Yeah, so these are the modes. Okay, so I'm just going to take a tangent here. So these modes, Team Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Domination, and King of the Hill, I think are perfect for open weapons. Like, these modes are designed for that. You don't need to have anything other than open weapons in these modes. Everyone should be able to use whatever they want with the perks that they want. So you should be able to go sniper and have your, well, spawn beacon's going to be on the assault soon, but you should be able to go sniper, use the perks that you have or the gadgets that you have, and still carry a assault rifle. I think that's fine for these modes. And I think that's fine for engineers. I think that's fine for support. I think that's fine for assault. Like, you should be able to use every weapon in this mode or in these modes. And I think these modes are designed for that. Like, you should have that freedom. But that being said, I do think that closed system should exist for the bigger maps. And the reason for that is because it allows for the flow of battle to go a certain way, which is predictable, which gives you more feedback on what you need to tweak in those modes to balance the weapons correctly. Does that make sense to everybody? If it doesn't, counter argue in the comments. Let me know what you think. But yeah, let's continue. Playlist options. A limited variety of playlist options were created for the open beta to both showcase and test the flexibility of the matchmaking system. Interesting. So there is a matchmaking system. For more details on our playlist adjustments, see our post about open beta week 2 playlist options. Playing with both open and closed weapons will continue to be an option in Battlefield 6, and we are looking for ways to keep them easily accessible. We recognize that some players experience difficulty finding games to complete the challenge of capturing sectors in Breakthrough or Rush. Yes, because everyone just left, and as soon as they found out, they were defending. It wasn't ideal, and we're actively using your feedback and in-game data review to improve the matchmaking system, with the goal of providing a smoother experience in the future. And also, if you did get put on as defender like 6 matches in a row and you tried to leave, sometimes it just wouldn't let you leave. It would be like, no, you need to defend, which was really annoying as well. So I think that definitely needs a fix. That bug was really annoying. Reflecting on open beta and next steps. With the insights gathered during the open beta play sessions, we will be introducing in-game adjustments to an upcoming Battlefield Lab events. Stay tuned for progress updates and future opportunities to get involved. I really want to get involved. Please let me get involved, EA. Please. Join our official Battlefield Discord to talk more Battlefield, share feedback, and find squad mates. Lastly, thanks again for joining the Battlefield 6 Open Beta. Your feedback and participation made it an incredible experience. This announcement may change as we listen to community feedback and continue developing and evolving our live service and content. We will always strive to keep our community as informed as possible. So these are the stats. Most players in Battlefield beta history. 420 million matches played. 92 million hours of gameplay. 4.9 billion enemies killed. 30 million friendly revives. That's a pretty low figure for how many people were killed. So that's interesting. We got to get that up, guys. Assault, 32% of the people played Assault, 19% Snipers, 20%. That's usually the case. About 1 in 5 players like playing Sniper or Recon. Engineer, 23%, Support, 26%. Pretty evenly spread out, it looks like. Deployment rate per class. Total role kills, 5.3 million. Tanks destroyed by Engineers, 9.3 million. Helicopters destroyed, 9.6 million. Jets destroyed, 3.5 million. Kills with shotguns, oh my god, that's way too many. That should not be the case. And I like the fact that they've got this little asterisk here, tuning in progress, because yeah, this is ridiculous. That should not be happening. Defibrillator kills, yeah, this is another thing that needs to be fixed. The defibrillator was getting way too many kills. That's like that's more kills than jets got destroyed. So yeah, that's there were a lot less jets. So destruction receipts. So the total destruction, 196.7 billion is how much was destroyed. That's a lot of money that was just thrown out. Or is that trillion? No, that's billion. Yeah, 196 billion. So yeah, that's the update. So a few things. One, I do hope that they do lock the closed weapon system for the larger modes. I do hope that they allow for the open weapon system in the smaller modes. I do hope that we get a server browser, even though that's not mentioned here. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one, and peace.